Now I'm going to show you how to perform an inspection on a laundry system. So one of the things that we want to first understand is just have a general view of the system. We want to see that we have a dryer and a washer. Now, one of the things that you want to do is identify the manufacturer. The reason why we want to identify the manufacturer is because if the appliances are coming with the home, then these specific appliances should be here when your client comes. And sometimes you'll be surprised when the client comes here on the first day, the day after the closing, all of a sudden they'll see different manufacturers for the laundry system. So that's why we want to identify who the manufacturing is. Secondly, it is up to you as a home inspector if you want to test the operation of these systems. All right? Again, that's going to be up to you. The reason why you want to possibly operate the systems is if the appliances are coming with the home, you want to let your client know if they're working or not working. But again, that is going to be up to your professional opinion and your choice as a home inspector. Now, let's get started. We're going to look at the dryer first. We want to identify what is the power source for the dryer. As you can see, we have an electrical wire and there's an outlet. So this is being powered electrically. At times, you can have some systems using gas. The next item you want to look at is how the system is connected to the dryer. As you can see, we have this accordion foil type. And then if you come over and look at the back side of the system, you can see how it's actually wound up. So the possibility of lint being caught in that ducting and then within the accordion may be a possibility, which will change the efficiency of the system because it's going to create back pressure. So one of the periodic maintenances that your client is going to have to do is cleaning of the duct. Now, if this was a vinyl duct, we don't want vinyl ducts at all for our electrical system or for our gas system, especially for a gas system, because the exhaust temperatures of a gas system are a lot higher. And that is the possibility of where you can actually begin a fire and have a house fire. So, moving on to the washer, we want to look at the piping connections to see if there's any leaks at the joints, which I'm not seeing here. We have our cold and our hot valves, and we don't operate the valves at all. We just want to know if there's any leaks. When it comes to the rubber hoses, I prefer the metal stranded hoses, but again, if there's rubber, that's not an issue. Now you're going to look at the discharge pipe of the wash machine. It's coming into the drain line, and you can see how it's secured here, so the possibility of this drain line popping out is not going to happen. And then we're going to look at the electrical power. So here we have this kind of like outdoor outlet cover, which I can see what they're doing. You can see how it'll cover, and it's kind of underneath this system, or the hot and cold. But I would rather have a GFI in this location. Again, this could work, but from my professional opinion, I would rather have a ground fault circuit interrupter outlet. So we're going to mark that down in our checklist. And then you can see how the wire is kind of wrapping around. So when it comes to the wash machine, we want to make sure that the possibility of leaks or from the drain line cannot impact the electrical portion of the wash machine. So the last thing that we're going to do is now go to our checklist and start identifying some of these items. So we know it's in the basement. We have a Kenmore system for the dryer, a Kenmore system for the wash machine. We're going to note that there are electrical plumbing. We want to identify where it's being vented to, because it could be vented inside the home also, where there's a container that would catch the vent. Want to identify that this is an accordion foil. And then last, we want to make sure that the drain and the electrical, if it's in a close proximity, we want to identify that. So personally, for me, I find this to be in a close proximity. I can understand this plastic cover, but I would rather see a GFI in a location that is a little further away or not above the water supplies. And that's how you're going to perform an inspection on a laundry system.